And like today, we got to talk about the profound question of what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to flourish? The Christ at the core questions that we're trying to ask in our curriculum. And because we're dealing with a story that puts characters in a certain situation, then we're also able to bring elements of the imagination, elements of theory combined together, and ask that question in a meaningful way for the students to say, oh, I can relate to that. What would it be like if I were this character in this situation?
Yeah, and I think one of the great things about the advanced seminars is they push the students to try and do more of the kind of not quite applied theology, but they're to think theologically about these texts that they might not otherwise have thought about that way.
Yeah, because typically they read science fiction for fun, and we're saying, fiction is a form that creates a certain set of expectations, and you need to look at those forms very closely. That's one of our big themes, isn't it?
Right,
because I've kind of stressed that science fiction is a particular genre that creates a certain kind of form and a certain kind of conventions and expectations, and to help the students work that out and think through that more deeply from a theological perspective.
And I would hope that as students go forth and graduate and such, and are reading these kinds of novels, watching these kinds of movies, that somewhere in the back of their mind they'll think about, wow, so what am I being shaped to think or believe, or what questions are not being asked here, or what questions are being asked here? How am I supposed to sort of reflect upon this? How do I talk to others about these kind of things? That's kind of to my mind, that's the payoff.
That's the goal. That's the dream scenario, that they'll be watching that science fiction movie and remember thinking about this and ask those questions. What does it mean? What is this telling me about my life? Is this truth? Right? And be able to draw on that theological resource that we've provided for them. That's my hope as well.